Wow. Next day. This is day 3 of our trip out to Arizona to look at property. What a blessing to be able to come to this little motel here in Gallup, New Mexico, and wasn't anything fancy, but it was a nice bed to sleep in, which was great compared to the night in the car the previous night. So a shower, and we're ready to go. We're going to go see some property, and you guys are going to get to come along with us. We're going to have a fun day, I hope. Looking forward to it. So come along with us. All right. Well, we are in Arizona now, and on track to be right on time with our real estate agent here in just about an hour. We are driving down Highway 191 from Interstate 40 down to St. John. We are going out to the properties now to take a look at them. This is our realtor, John. John, you want to introduce yourself real quickly?
My name is John.
And you work for?
First United Realty.
First United Realty in St. John's,
That's
Arizona.
Yep.
He knows all about these properties. He actually lives on the property off-grid himself. And you were about to tell us a little bit about some history.
Well, yes, there's a lot of Old West history that occurred here, which you'll never hear about unless you dig for it. It's, some of it's available on the internet and through books. One such story is a guy who is believed to either be a saint or a scoundrel named Solomon Barth, who the story goes, went to Springerville, which is south of here, 25 miles by road, with a pack string to get supplies. And he was halfway back, and this band of Indians caught him, stripped him naked, stole all his stuff, was going to kill him. And this good band of Indians come along that were friends of his, and they convinced the bad guys to let him go. And
Wow.
so they said, better get out of here before they change their mind. So story goes, he was halfway here. So by road, it's 25 miles. That would be roughly 12 and a half miles. But he would have had to go down into arroyos and around mountains and, around obstacles of who knows what. But he was barefoot and naked, and he had to walk all that way.
Wow.
That's I can't imagine walking on this barefoot. Can you?
No, I haven't walked on it much at all just yet, but it doesn't look very barefoot friendly to me.
Well, this is pretty grassy because this is the Little Colorado River basin. If it wasn't for Lyman Lake damming the Little Colorado River, this would be flooded to some degree, or other. Where these trees are the thickest here is actually the channel where the water would flow the deepest.
Now, I noticed when we were out on 191 that it said don't go in if it's flooded or something. Does 191 flood from time to time?
Yes, the Carrizo Wash will flood during the monsoon season. There could be up to about a foot of water across the highway right there.
So do you normally cross that in your
Yeah.
Dodge Dually What,
Yeah.
what do you have on this thing? 35-inch tires or something?
I have no idea.
They look pretty big, pretty good size. They look like mud terrains, right?
Yeah, I'm in all kinds of weather. Snow, ice, mud. Dualies are not good in snow and ice, you probably know that.
Sure.
Single rear wheel drive is excellent.
So why did you go with the dually?
Well, I'm a road grading contractor, so I'm hauling backhoes and graders and 40-foot trailers, and
So you needed this.
well, dualies are for hauling heavy loads, and this
Yep.
truck will do that.
Yep, it will. And this is, what is this? This is 15, 16, 17?
This is 2018.
2018. Oh, wow.
Only
Okay.
got 22,000 miles on it.
Very nice, very nice. All right, well, this is the road before us. This part's kind of rough. This is actually a detour that's just temporary. The road, the main road, 191. I guess they're doing some work on it out there right now.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, my wife drives a Cadillac SUV.
Okay.
This road is not rough.
Yeah, right. This is a cream
This
puff
is a-
road.
Yeah, this is super highway. Ranch road.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting into probably some pretty rocky washboard type roads here shortly, but
Well, the roads in the ranches generally get graded once a year, and that's not really enough for city slickers who want smooth roads all the time.
right,
But for a one-time annual fee of $200 to $250, depending on the ranch, equates to $16.67 a month.
right,
So
Yeah.
most people don't want to pay even that, but it is
Right.
required.
right. I think it's money well spent, especially when you factor in that you also provide a community well for everyone.
The community well is termed properly a convenience well. It's for convenience sake. It's not to provide an unlimited source of water to every property owner.
Right,
Woodland Valley Ranch has a 500 gallon per week maximum draw rate. Sierra Mountain and Sierra Highlands have a 500 gallon per month maximum draw rate. So if you're coming up to your property and you need some water, you can get it there, but it's really not intended to supply an unlimited supply of water.
okay. Well, that's some good information to know. I hadn't
That
been
being
told that.
said, my wife and I use about 500 gallons a month,
Okay.
and that provides all our needs.
Wow. okay.
Bathing, washing clothes, washing dishes. We have a dishwasher. We don't like to wash dishes, so that's one luxury we're willing to use a little bit more water on.
You have a garden.
And you have a garden.
Well, I haul water from town. I don't even use the community well because it's 16 miles one way to that well, and that's all I can get there is free water.
Right.
So I've got to go to town anyway. So
Now this is the road construction detour here. So now we're back out on 191. All right, well, we'll pick this up once we actually get out onto some properties, or the road into the properties anyway. Well, I think we're getting close.
we're in Sierra Highlands right now.
This property out in here has already been sold for the most part, right?
We have 2 parcels here on Deer Trail, which are available. They're 22,500 each.
And they're all just flat, just like this, no
Yes.
trees.
Yeah. And this section over here will be open soon. It's pretty flat here too.
Yeah. So would this whole area ever flood?
It has sheet flow just from rain, and then it runs off.
Okay, so
There'll be 2 inches of water standing on that just from rainfall alone,
okay,
and an hour later it'll be gone.
okay. So that'd be about it then.
So is any of that rocky stuff up there gonna be?
Yeah, we'll be available here soon.
This over here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like that. I like this over here too, but none of those properties are available.
Those are all sold.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. People love those rocks, but good luck putting a septic in there without blasting. So if you want to have a compost toilet or something like that, which I'm not a big fan of them. Some people like them. I personally don't care for them. I would never have one. A lot of people are under the impression that they've got to make use of every tiny little drop of water, and the compost toilet would be a good way to do that, and that's true. But you know, time is money, and maybe you've got more time than you've got money. But I'm the kind of person that likes to be productive, busy, you know, working, producing, and if you want to sit around more often than you do produce, then probably a septic or a compost toilet would be the way to go. I just think they're more work than they're worth.
I'm sure you're picking up in the video that this is a lot of washboarding here. Well, it's not terrible. I've been on worse, but
This road was graded about 2.5 months ago.
okay. Well, that's not bad, really.
And for one thing, because I own property here, I'm grading some of these roads for free for my own use.
Nice.
Everyone that uses the road gets the benefit of that free work.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some people that get they look a gift horse in the mouth, don't know that I'm doing it for free. And they say, well, why didn't this road get graded? Well, I did that for free, so learn to be grateful.
Yeah. Be thankful for what you do have. But look at those rocks, man. That's beautiful. Very, very cool.
You know who Dennis Prager is?
Where would I know him from?
He's a radio talk show host.
Okay.
He's also a rabbi.
Okay.
It's interesting. He says that he believes that Christianity has done more good for the world than anything in human history, but he's not a Christian. I like his show, though.
Yeah.
Very logical, very reason-oriented. I mention it because I heard him say once that the most disgusting of all human attributes is ingratitude.
Yeah, that's
Well, if you're a
very potent.
Christian, then gratitude should be part of your nature, right?
absolutely. We should be thankful about everything that we can.
If you
See
look
a
at this
blessing in
rock
it.
right over here, see those initials, says PD?
Uh-huh.
And then if you look right next to it, you'll see some ancient artifact, or not artifacts, but petroglyphs.
Yeah, petroglyphs.
I showed that to my manager. We were out touring property, and he said, that's like defacing the Mona Lisa. But it's his property. He can do with it what he wants. You can see there's a little stick figure there to the left of the PD. Then down below that, there's a little snake symbol and some other. Those are 800 to 1,200 years old. And then these two big boulders right here that are up off the road here has a split between the two. Look at the one on the right.
Oh, yeah.
The flat face there.
Yeah.
Kind of a lizard figure and a turtle figure down below that. And a little vortex.
Yeah.
And they're all over. That young guy I was telling you about that wanted the really rocky parcel. We found some petroglyphs there that nobody else knew. There's a guy from Florida that spends a lot of time here, right up on the top up there. I see the people that have these properties here once in a blue moon. think they're retirees.
So really living out here, it's almost as if you have the place just about to yourself.
Yes. You might want to get out and film that one.
Yeah, let's do
Right down low there. They have a cultural event called a Barefoot Walk.
And that property back there with all the petroglyphs on it, that's part of the Zuni.
Yes, this whole section of land here
Okay.
belongs to the Zuni. It's not reservation land, but it is their private land.
Uh-huh.
There's a cave out here somewhere where they walk from Zuni, which is about 25 miles east of the New Mexico border. You can Google it. I'd like to get the book because there's somebody's written a book about it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know a whole lot about it, but I know that some kind of a cultural event. Maybe has a religious significance, I don't know. And they carry these little effigies and put them in this cave out here somewhere.
Interesting. You said they walk barefoot.
Yes.
20, you said 25 miles?
Well, that's just to the New Mexico border.
Oh, wow.
From town of Zuni, and then from here it's probably another 15 or 20 miles.
Wow.
If you look right over the top of your mirror, move your head over this way and look right over the top of the mirror there,
Uh-huh.
you can see an old stone building sticking up there.
Oh, yeah. I see it. Yeah.
That was an old trading post, I'm told, by a guy in town who says that his family has been here for 7 generations. And there's a spring that seeps out of the rocks over there. This building inspector inspected a septic that I installed here recently. We were talking about the area here. He's the one. He said family been here for 7 generations, and they were out here once when he was a baby. And they put him down. He was playing in the dirt, and he found some buttons from a soldier's jacket. They identified them as being from a soldier's uniform.
Wow.
And I had no idea all these years I've been coming out here that was an old trading post.
Huh. Well, I tell you, John, this is somewhat surreal for us. We've been looking at this property for, like I said, almost 3 years, or somewhere around 3 years. And to finally be able to actually come out here and see it in person, it's awesome.
Well, I love it here. So does my wife.
Man, that is beautiful.
So if you look to, there's a pinyon pine right here in front of you.
Uh-huh.
Just to the
Oh,
left
yeah,
of it,
yeah.
down there at the bottom.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get a zoom on that. Get my eyeballs on
And those sticks that are sticking up behind it is a sheepfold. There's a rancher that I know out here, and he's Mormon. I'm not Mormon, but there's a big Mormon area here.
Yes.
And I asked him if these old stone buildings were from Mormon pioneers that settled the area back in the 1800s, and he says no, they're much older than that. If you remember your American history, all of the Southwest belonged to Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And the king of Spain gave his rich friends, the Dons, Don Juan, Don Quixote, these massive land grants. And so the Dons would sharecrop with the local indigenous people, mostly Mexicans, probably not any Indians, but to run sheep out here for the land baron. So those Mexicans built those homes out of the rock that's just laying around here.
Wow. That's the right way to do it.
Well, using the materials at hand is
Yeah.
a whole lot cheaper than having to haul it in on a wagon, you know, by horses.
Absolutely. How fast do these junipers grow? And do
They grow
typically-
very slowly. These
I
trees are
thought so.
probably 50, 60 years old.
Wow. So if you go cutting them down, then they're not going to be back anytime soon.
Well, they've evolved to be a drought-resistant tree. They don't take a lot of water to grow. They grow very, very slowly, just like a cactus.
Yeah.
But give a cactus water, and it'll grow like crazy. Give these trees water, and they'll grow like crazy.
Oh, okay. So if you water them, then they'll go fast.
And you can run your gray water out onto the trees to water them. It's legal to do that, provided that if it backs up, it'll go into your septic. Simple engineering trick that you can do with your plumbing.
So are we at some lots here? That
Yes, parcels here together are available.
Yeah. Okay, we're here on one of the available properties, and look at that view. Isn't that beautiful?
You know anything about gemstones?
Not a lot, really. I just like rocks.
This is an agate. Hold it up to the light, you can see through it. They're all over the place. There's
Yeah.
a little one right
awesome
there.
rocks everywhere.
That's a big piece of quartz.
Wow.
You can find arrowheads and spear points and pottery. And
That's just really, really awesome.
this is a piece of pottery, right? No, it isn't. That's just a rock. You can tell by it'll be grainy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can see
sure.
why you would confuse that. It almost looks like it is a piece of pottery.
These are agates right here. These polish up nice. You can see through them.
Neat. Can I take a few rocks?
Oh, sure. Nobody will miss them.
I think my wife would be content to stay here and just pull up rocks.
Well, they're so pretty.
Well,
They're
Harbor
like-
Freight sells a little rock tumbler for $40, which
Yeah, I used to have one when we were kids.
these will polish up real nice.
That is very neat.
And some of them already feel polished.
And this is jasper right here. Now you might think this is weird, but this is what rockhounds do.
Oh, that's jasper?
See how that will polish up? Two things that tells you what when you lick it like that. If your tongue sticks to it, it's too soft to grind. Because the pores in the rock will create a suction. And so if it's not porous, then your tongue doesn't stick to it. So
Interesting.
this is jasper here. Different.
Now, is this jasper? Or what?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like those.
Some people don't like to lick them because they don't know where the cows have been peeing. But
It's just a few extra minerals, right?
salt in your diet's good.
Yeah.
It's so quiet.
Oh, I know.
I love.
That's what I.
Agate also.
Oh wow, that's a big one.
You have a diamond saw cut into that, and who knows what you'll find in there.
Really?
Neat. Look at
This
that
is a
round.
pinyon pine right here.
Oh, I know. It's
That's so cool. That's a pinyon pine.
That's a pinyon pine.
I saw another pine.
You'll get pine nuts off of these.
Oh really?
Oh, really?
Oh, that's awesome.
See the pine cones down there. Everybody I know has got a little pile of rocks by their front door.
Yeah.
They go out and collect them.
I mean, it's like, I mean, I could just pick these things up forever. I mean, it's just so neat,
And there is petrified wood here too.
right? Yeah.
We're near petrified forest, so Stands to reason, right? Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this,
get
folks,
that
man.
view
This is what we're talking about.
and listen.
Yeah. Peace and quiet.
That's deer dung right
Yeah,
there.
that's all. I've been seeing a lot of that.
There's elk dung all over the place. In fact, at the lower end of this property, there's an area where there's deer dung in piles just all over the place. So it's probably an area that they frequent going to and from wherever they're going.
It's a nice pinyon pine there. This is just amazing. I just love it.
Corner of the
Love it.
property is way over that way.
So once we get some water to the soil, most anything will grow.
Yeah, the Anasazi Indians lived here 800 to 1200 years ago, and they didn't have chemical fertilizers. They did use that mulch that's under the trees to amend the soil, helps to hold the moisture. There's an Indian ruin right next to my property in Woodland Valley, which I'm told is, according to one of the salesmen that's been here a lot longer than I have, it's one of the most significant ruins in the whole area.
Wow.
You can't put your foot down without touching at least 2 pieces of pottery.
Wow.
On Google Earth, you can see a round depression, which you can't, if you didn't know that was a kiva, you just, pass on by, but that's what it was.
What is that?
Ceremonial room that was dug underground, had a roof over the top of it and ladders that went down inside.
Wow.
But that one ruin is estimated to have some 600 to 800 people living in it.
Mm.
What did they eat? They farmed, and they farmed right in the soil.
So this is state land?
On your right. Yeah.
To my right is all state land that way.
Right.
So this is kind of like having a whole lot of additional land at your recreational disposal.
I mean, you can go on there and stuff.
You have to have a permit
Oh, you do?
to
Okay.
set foot on.
It's not like BLM, it's
Oh.
state land.
How difficult is it to get a permit?
Very easy. It's $20 a year.
Oh, okay.
You and your immediate family.
Okay, we are back from our venture here looking at the different properties. This is the sign for the company, First United Realty. This is their little office here. We have looked at about 6 properties, kind of just driving by, but then 3 properties pretty in depth. 1 property we completely walked. We're still going tomorrow to look at a couple other properties out west, but John here, he's been a great guy to work with. If you have an opportunity and you want to check out this possibility of living off grid here in Arizona, I highly recommend John here.
Thank you.
He did an excellent job taking us around and showing us everything we wanted to see. Thank you so much, my friend.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yes,
Pleasure
and
all mine.
we will be in touch. This isn't going to be the end.
Okay.
This, if the deal completely goes through, like we talked about, we're going to be neighbors.
Yep.
So that's awesome.
I have a Facebook page too.
Oh, you do?
Check it out.
Okay, and it is just your name, or what is it?
John Heltzel - real estate agent.
Okay. All right. Hope you got that, and we'll put a link to it in the comments below or description below. All right. Thanks again,
All
my
right.
friend.
Okay.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Well, we've left St. John's and we have come up through Holbrook. Now we are on Interstate 40 going west again. We are going to Flagstaff and we will be staying the night there in Flagstaff. And then tomorrow morning we will go on to Ash Fork, where we will be viewing some other properties there. So, what a day, what a great day. Wonderful day we had with our real estate agent there, John, just super nice guy. So, anyway, we're on our way now to Flagstaff, Arizona. We'll show you some more sights when we get there.
This is our tomato. Looking delicious.